Welcome to another Fusion training session. Today we're going to be talking about arranging a song. Now when I'm arranging, I prefer to have my computer, a simple keyboard and a microphone available to me. Usually I sing the songs as I arrange them, but other people might choose just to have a piano and a piece of paper. You can work out for yourself what you prefer as you begin to arrange. So right now I'm going to arrange the song I Just Wanna Live by the band Good Charlotte. Now I've already gone online and found the chords. What I have also done is printed out the words of the song and I've read through them to make sure that there's nothing that we need to change. And actually in this song there is one line that we do need to change. In the second verse it says, "Fake ass girls all know your name." That's not really a nice reference to girls. So I'm going to change that to big-eyed girls. What I have also done is listened to the song a couple of times and written down the order of the song. So I know already that it starts with the introduction, and then there's a verse, then there's a pre-chorus, then the chorus, another verse, another pre-chorus, another chorus, and then a bridge. That's usually a band instrumental part. And then a pre-chorus, chorus, and then there's a strange ending that we'll have to work out as well. So that's what I've done already. What I'm going to do again is listen to the song and decide where I think the choir should be. Where would be a natural place for the choir to sing? Now, obviously the chorus is a very natural place, but there might be other parts of the song where a choir could sing ooh or ah or sing along with the soloist. So let's have a listen again and see where we think the choir might be able to sing. Now when I'm listening to the song to decide what the choir can sing, I'm going to be listening for two things. The first is what the original band have sung. Very often the bands have their own backing tracks, so you can basically sing or arrange for the choir what the band have already arranged for themselves. But you can also listen to the instruments. Sometimes a keyboard or a guitar will play a part that you can naturally turn into a choir part. So I'm going to listen to the song now and decide where I think the choir will sing. So this is the verse. These days, someone sings here. So in the verse, the two words. And in the pre-chorus, they have other vocalists coming in. So that would be a good place to add the choir. So I've listened to the song and I've decided that there's a lot that the choir can do if I decide to arrange it for them. There's times when the choir can sing in harmonies, in thirds, along with the soloist. There's other times when some of the parts can sing something that the keyboard player is playing, especially in the bridge, the sopranos can sing what the keyboard is playing. And there's other times when we just need to copy what the original song is doing. So what I'm going to do now is start arranging the chorus. The reason why it's good to start arranging the chorus is that it's the part of the song that we usually know best. It's also the part that's easiest to arrange because very often the band have made their own arrangements already. So I'm going to listen to the chorus one more time and think about what the choir can do there. So here's the chorus. Now as I'm listening to this, I can hear that the band is singing in unison. There are no harmonies that they are singing, but the guitars are doing something interesting that maybe we can use. And at the very end, there is another voice. One part sings, "I just want to live," and somebody else is singing, "Just want to live, just want to live, just want to live." Now in this song, during the chorus, the band are singing in one voice. There are no harmonies. Now I can choose to give the choir that voice, or I can make it more interesting. In order to help me arrange other parts, there are a couple of tricks that I can use. The first I've already mentioned is that I can listen to what the instruments are doing. And in this case, the guitars are doing something that's very interesting that maybe we can copy. So that's the first trick, is to listen to what the instruments are doing and see who can copy that. Another effective arranging trick is to use echoes. So one part would sing the main voice, and another part would sing the echo of that voice maybe 2 beats later. So for example, in this case, the main part goes, I just wanna live. And the echo would be, I just wanna live. Something like that. If you really cannot think up a harmony, another trick is to have one of your voices sing oo or r along to the main melody part. So for example, the sopranos would sing the main melody with the words, and the tenors would sing exactly the same notes, but oo or ah. The people in the audience will hear a harmony even though no harmony exists, because they're hearing 2 voices, so their brain is telling them that there are 2 parts. It's a really simple tool and very effective. In most gospel music, contemporary Christian music, and some rock songs, the harmonies are made in thirds. It means that if the main voice sings these 3 notes, another part will sing exactly the same progression, but 1/3, 3 notes higher. So together, that would be. And then your next voice sings exactly the same thing, but 2/3 higher. So altogether, that would be. That's another very simple way to write harmonies. But if you do that with every song, it can become a little bit boring for your choir. But if you're starting, it's a simple method to use. Now, when I'm arranging a song, I prefer to use a mixture of each of these tricks. So some echo, some oos, some r's, and some thirds. So now I'm going to arrange the chorus. The first thing I'm going to do is decide who has the main part. And there's a really simple trick to use when deciding who has the main part. You need to give the main part to the voice who naturally would sing strongest in that vocal range. If you're conducting a relatively new fusion, it's better to keep to a smaller vocal range for each of your parts. The sopranos generally can sing from middle C to higher C. So you'd want to keep their part in between those 2 notes, and they're strongest at around A. This is where they'd be able to sing very loud and powerfully. The altos generally are strongest from B to B, and around E is where they can really sing loud. Tenors can generally sing from E to E. La, la. And they're strongest at around G or A. La, 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 la. And if you have basses, they can generally sing from bottom A to A. La, la. And they're strongest at around D. La. So when you're arranging a part, it's good to try to stay in the middle of that vocal range. So I've already said sopranos can sing from C to C, and I'd want a lot of their part to stay around F, G, and A, because this is where they will sing the strongest. In the bottom range of their voices, they would be able to sing very softly, but not loud. In the higher range, they can sing very loud, but you don't want to keep them on those notes for a long time, because they'll begin to sound a little bit strained. So it's okay to go up to the higher ranges, but don't keep the voices there. Obviously, if your fusion has existed for a longer period of time, your choir has learned to sing wider ranges. So you will be able to have the soprano singing Ds or Es. You will know what your own choir is able to do, and what your sopranos, tenors and basses and altos can sing. But the golden rule is, where possible, try to stick to the middle of their vocal ranges. So let's start to arrange the song. The first thing I'm going to do is open GarageBand. This is a simple recording software that you have on Apple computers. If you don't have an Apple computer, you can get a program like Audacity. It's very, very similar and it's for free. So I have actually made my own templates that I use when I'm recording songs or when I'm arranging songs. And on my template, you can see I have the tenor voice, basses, sopranos, altos. The piano is for the piano here. If you're using an external piano, you don't need this. And now what I'm going to do is add the song that I'm arranging. So I'm going to the media browser here, clicking on that. And I know the song is from Good Charlotte, so I write in good there, and here it is. So I'm just going to take that song and drag it over. And now I'm ready to go. So I'm going to listen to the chorus first, because that is the easiest part to arrange. And I'm going to listen out to the main part. Okay, and as I listen to this, I can hear that it's a man singing the main part, but he's singing very, very high. So that might be a problem for your boys. And it's around, whoa. So that's actually very, very high for your boys. If you have boys who can sing that high and a good, strong voice part, then maybe you could give them this part. Otherwise, you're probably going to have to give it to the sopranos. Now, it's actually a lot higher than we would normally recommend for new choirs to have their sopranos sing. So if you're a new choir, this might be better off for your altos singing lower. Yeah, so that would be an alto part. The problem with giving this to the altos is that it's very, very low. And if you remember, when someone's singing at the bottom of their vocal range, they can't project the volume. So you'd have to have the altos sing as loud as they possibly can. Now, with the choir that I conduct, we have sopranos who can sing very, very high. So I'm actually going to give this part to the sopranos. But the way I arrange it, it'll be very, very easy to change the parts around. So the first thing I'm going to do is go back and play the song again. And I'm actually going to sing the main part into a microphone so that when I create other harmonies, I can play them both together and I can see if it works or not. So I'm going to click onto the soprano part here. And with GarageBand, it's really easy. You just click on to the part you want to record, check the microphone, and you can see here that the microphone's coming out. And you can hear that I've put some some chorus into there. It means that if I sing really, really badly, it'll be forgiving. If I'm a little bit out of tune, it won't come across as so bad. So this is highlighted. I'm going to put this a little bit before the chorus, grab the words, because I don't know them very well, press record, and I'll sing. I just want to live, don't really care about the thing that they say, don't really care about what happens to me. I just want to live. Okay, so now I have the main part. And I'll listen to the song one more time and see if I can hear any kind of natural harmony in there. On the original, they're not singing any harmonies. So what I'm going to do now is listen to the band and see what the band is doing, and hope that I can find a part for the altos out of the band. Now when you listen to that, you can hear that the guitars are very, very strong here. And it's actually quite an easy part. Da-da, 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 da. So where is this one here? And if you remember, I said that altos can sing between B and B. So this is really in their zone of being able to sing well. So I think I'm going to give the altos the guitar part, but to make it more interesting, I want them to sing some words. So let me again look at the words and listen to the song and see if naturally some of the words from the chorus will fit into the rhythm of what the guitar is playing. Just wanna live, care about the things that they say, care about what happens to me. Just wanna live, just wanna live, just wanna live, just wanna live. So you can actually hear that I can repeat the words along with the guitar melody. So the main part would be, I just wanna, and then I just wanna live, care about the things that they say. So I'm just repeating the same words. Care about what happens to me. It's very, very easy to do. But that would be a little bit boring if they're just singing the same 3 notes. So I think what I'm going to do is on the second line, maybe have them go higher, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'll play it one more time just to see if there's somewhere for them to go higher. So here we go. I just wanna live, care about the things that they say. Yep, that would work, but it still seems a little bit strange. So what I'm going to do is think about maybe putting the altos a third higher. I just want to live. No, that's going to be too high for them. What about a third lower? I just wanna live, care about the things that they... that would work. And actually now they're going to be singing in their zone where they can sing very, very loud. So I'm following the guitar's chord structure, but having the altos sing a little bit lower. So let me listen to it one more time and see if that would work. So the guitar is doing this, so I'm going to start here. I just want to live. Oh, I just started recording over the piano there, so one more time. I just want to live, care about the things that they say, about what happens to me. Just want to live, 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 just want to live. And that could actually work. I'm not singing it very well right now, but I think that would actually work really, really well as a harmony. So what I'm going to do now is record it. That's a little bit too high for me. I'll record it lower, I think. I just want to live. I'll do there. That's easier for me. So I'm highlighting the alto part. So when I speak into the microphone, you can see that the microphone's coming into the altos. And I'm going to press record. I've muted the sopranos so I can't hear them. I just want to live, care about the things that they say, care about what happens to me. Just want to live, 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 just want to live. Right, and now I'm going to listen to that with the sopranos to see if it works. So I'm going to turn the main melody right down, turn up the sopranos, turn up the altos, and let's see what this sounds like. I just wanna live. I just wanna live. Don't really care about the things that they say. Don't really care about what happens to me. I just wanna live. 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 And that works. And if you see what I've done here, I've used echoing. So the altos are just echoing the words that the sopranos have used, but they're also following the guitar part. So I've used echoes and I've used instruments. Two of those tricks that we talked about earlier. So now it's time to think about the men. Now, I liked what the altos were doing. So maybe the easy thing to do would be to put the men a third above or below what their part is. The altos were here. So maybe the men can go a third above. Or a third below. Now, if you have them singing below, live, they're not going to sound it's not going to be a powerful voice. It's going to sound like a little rumble. So if you're going to use this note here, it'll need to be an octave higher. Live, which is within the range of your men, but it might be safer to give them live, because this is where they can sing powerfully. In this range here, your tenors and your basses can sing that. So the altos sang live. I'll have the boys sing live. Yeah, let's try that. So I'm going to listen to the song one more time. Live. Live. Care about the things that they say. Care about what happens to me. Just wanna live, just wanna live, just wanna live, just wanna live. Yeah? Well, that could work. So I'm going to try recording it, and then I'll play back all three parts, and we'll see if it works or not. So the tenors will start here. So I'm going to go on to the tenor part here, click here, and then click record. Live, care about the things that they say, care about what happens to me. Just wanna live, 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 just wanna live. Okay? So now let's listen to that. Ooh, I went back a bit too far there, forwards. So putting the tenor voice up, the soprano voice up so I can hear that, the alto voice up, and I'll turn the main melody, the original, down a little bit, just so I can hear the voices clearly. I just wanna live. Don't really care about the things that they say. Don't really care about what happens to me. I just wanna live. 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 Okay. Hey, I think that works. And actually, I realized that I've done something without meaning to. When I recorded the tenor part, they sang just along live without singing the words. The altos sang, I just wanna live, and the tenors sang live. But it actually sounds good, and that's using that other trick where you can use one note, oo or r or something, and keep that going. So I'm gonna leave that as it is. What I am gonna do is try and re-record the altos right now, because I feel like on the recording it's a little bit too low, so I can't really hear how the altos will sing. So I'm going to try and record it a little bit higher. Okay, so I've re-recorded the alto part an octave higher. is actually too high for me to sing properly. So it would be better for me to find an alto, teach her the part, and then have her sing it as well. But for now, we'll listen to what I've done. I just wanna live, don't really care about the things that they say, don't really care about what happens to me. I just wanna live, just wanna live. Okay, that actually sounds pretty good. The sopranos have the main part, so you can ask them to listen to that at home and learn it themselves. And the boys and the altos, they're singing in thirds. So it would actually be quite easy to teach the choir. And they're also singing something that's very prominent in the original CD, the guitar part. So I think that the choir will pick this song up quite easily. So what we're now going to do is arrange another part of the song. We'll do the pre-chorus. So I'm going to listen to the pre-chorus now on this song and see what the band have done. Maybe I can just copy what they have. So here, the main singer is singing on his own. Aha! They have one more voice coming in, a third higher. Okay, so in the original, they have one person coming in a third higher than the main part. And this is actually the easiest way to arrange a pre-chorus. What you don't want is for everybody to come in singing harmonies, because you want the chorus to be bam. And if everybody's already singing three parts and loudly before the chorus, then there's no change in feeling. But oftentimes in pre-choruses, it's easy just to add one extra part, a third higher or lower, or to add some oohs or ahs. In this case, I think it's wise just to follow what the band have done. So what I think we'll do, if I go back to it, so the first part, the soloist is singing on his own, and then the second part, which is the F, which is actually what the altos are singing already when they come in. So why don't I have the boys singing the main part and the girls together singing the harmony. I'll record that and see what it sounds like. Now, as I listened to the pre-chorus again, I heard that the harmony part didn't sing the last line, and why can't anyone see? But the main part did sing that. So that's how I recorded it. I had the boys singing all 4 lines, but the girls didn't sing the last line. And we'll listen to it now and see if it works. I'm paranoid of all the people I meet. Why are they talking to me? And why can't anyone see? It works. I just wanna live, don't really care about... Yeah, that works really well. And one of the great things about giving the girls the harmony above is that the altos are now actually going to start singing on the same note that they finished on. And why can't anyone see? I just wanna live. And that'll be really helpful when you're teaching the altos to go from the pre-chorus to the chorus. You can tell them it's the same note that you've just sung. Now, before I started arranging this song, when I wrote down what happens in the song, the order, remember the second time that I listened to it, I wrote what I felt like the choir could do, that the choir would come in on the chorus, that there's some words in the pre-chorus. And as I was listening, I heard that in the second verse, there's a part that the men could sing with the girls doing something in the background. And then in the bridge, there was also a part for the choir. And I also wrote down the sopranos should follow something to do with the keyboard. So I went back and I listened to the song again. And actually, I've recorded something in the second verse already and also in the bridge. So I'm going to show you now what I did, because there's a couple of other good tricks that we can do here. As I listened to the second verse, I could hear that there is a part, now the rich, now you're famous, where the tone of this voice is different. If you listen to it right now, here it comes. Here. It's like on a telephone. And then there's a lifestyles there that came in. Of your life. And then there's a of your life you're living there is quite strong too. So what I did was gave the boys the part that sounds like the telephone. And remember that I had to change the words. In the original, they have the words fake-ass girls, which I said isn't very complimentary to the girls in your choir. So I changed it to big-eyed girls. So the boys sang that. And then I gave the girls the other part that I could hear. I didn't write anything new. All I did was give the girls what the band had already arranged. And if I play that now all together, you can hear what it sounds like. Girls all know your name and of the rich and famous. Your first hit, aren't you ashamed of the life we're living? And then it's the chorus. Be aware that in the second chorus, the last tone is slightly different, so make sure you arrange that. And finally, we'll move on to the bridge. Now, the bridge is oftentimes the most complicated part of the song to arrange. Sometimes it's just easier to let the band have their solo and don't do anything with it. But again, as I listened to this song, I could hear that there was something that the choir could do. Now, as he's singing those four lines, stop your messing around, boy, better think of your future, the last two words of each of those lines, they come across as being slightly stronger. Ba, ba, better think of your future, better make some good plans, boy. So why don't we just have the choir sing those last two words of each line, which is actually what I've done. I gave the boys the main part, and again with the altos this time, I gave them a third above, which is also the same part that they were singing when they did the pre-chorus. So if you listen to it, you can hear what I did. And I also filled in the soprano part. I gave them exactly the same part as the keyboard played. There was a strings part in the keyboard that I just gave this to sopranos. It's extremely high, so if you don't have sopranos who can sing that high, don't give them that part. It's better for them not to sing than to sing very badly. But if you have sopranos that can get that high, it might be an interesting part for them to sing. So let's listen to what we've done here. Round boy, future plans, boy. Yeah, and that's sopranos. I can't sing that high, so here it is. And then the pre-chorus again. It's exactly the same thing as we did with the original recording before the first chorus, just in thirds. And now you have the final chorus. So that's the song arranged. Now remember that I used some tricks when I arranged this song. In the pre-chorus, I gave the girls the same part as the main part, but a third higher. In the chorus, I listened to what the band were doing and gave the altos their part based on the guitars. And when I arranged the boys' part, I repeated what the altos were doing, but a third higher. With the boys, I also had them sing live instead of all of the words. So I used those oohs or ahs hints that I gave you. Finally, when it came to the bridge, I added some emphasis to the ends of the lines. Stop you moving around, boy, and gave the sopranos the same part that the keyboard was playing. Now, what I haven't done is arranged the very, very last chorus. If you listen to this song, the last chorus is slightly different, so you'll have to make a couple of changes just so it ends properly. But other than that, that's the whole song arranged. So I've arranged the song. Now what I'm going to do is export the song into iTunes, into my media player, but I'm going to do it so that I can listen to each voice separately. So what I'm going to do first is export the sopranos. So I'm going to put the tenors down and the altos down, And if I listen to that now, I can probably hear just the main part, the original and the sopranos. I just wanna live. Don't really care about the things that they say. Yep. And what I'm going to do with the Mac, it's easy. You just go to Share, Send Songs to iTunes. And I actually have a folder called Fusion Recording, which is where I put all of my recordings. And I'm going to share. And that means that I'm now going to have just the soprano part on the original, so I can send this out to the sopranos and have them listen to it. It also means if I'm teaching the song and I'm not quite sure of one of the parts, I can listen to just the sopranos, or just the altos, or just the tenors. And I'll repeat this again with the other parts. So here it is in Fusion Recording. Fusion Template is called right now, so I need to change that name to I Just Wanna Live Sopranos. And let me just turn that up so I can hear it, make sure it comes out okay. Yep, there it is. Now I'm going to do the altos. So I'll turn down the sopranos, turn up the altos, listen to it one time just to make sure there's a good balance. Yep, that works. Share, send song to iTunes. Now obviously this works if you have a Mac computer, but if you have any other computer with Audacity, you can do the same thing. You can export each part from Audacity or whatever program you've used to your media player. Okay, so now you can see that I've exported the soprano part, the alto part, the tenor part, and I also made one more part of all three voices together. And the reason why I did that is so that if I'm giving this to another conductor to learn, they can actually listen to how all three parts work together. It's also helpful for other fusions. If you've arranged this song, you can give it to other fusions to sing as well, and that's a way that you can help them. So there's an introduction to how to arrange music. The first time you try it, it will be a little bit difficult. It's an adventure. But the more you arrange, the easier it becomes. Just remember to have the words in front of you and the chords as well. They will be a big help. And before you teach the song to the choir, make sure you know it. You can either listen to the recordings that you've made, or you can write down some simple detail to help you to remember what the part is for the choir. Have fun.